Salem Witch Trials by history. The Salem Witch Trials. The Salem Witch Trials began in what is now known as Danvers, Massachusetts. In the 17th century, Danvers was known as Salem, Massachusetts. The Salem Witch Trials lasted from June of 1692 to September of 1692. By the end of the trials, 150 people had spent time in jail and 24 innocent people were killed. The trials began with 11-year-old Abigail Williams and 9-year-old Elizabeth Ferris. These girls acted in a manner that was strange to Puritans of the time. Abigail Williams was Elizabeth's cousin. Elizabeth Ferris was the daughter of the town minister. Abigail and Elizabeth were not allowed to have toys or play like most children of the time would. This was seen as idealist and sinful. Instead, the girls were encouraged to concentrate on chores and studying their Bible verses. At night, Abigail and Elizabeth would spend their nights by the fire with Reverend Ferris's slave, Tituba, from Barbados. Tituba entertained the girls with magic, fortune-telling, and storytelling from her homeland. This was forbidden by Puritan law. Abigail and Elizabeth began acting strangely, speaking in tongues and having wild convulsions. The village doctor was called in, and he was sure the girls were victims of witchcraft. One Sunday in January, as the Reverend began his sermon, the girls in the town fell into a fit. The town, concerned for the girls, asked who had cast the spell on them. Tituba, Sarah Good, and Sarah Osborne were named. Tituba, a slave; Sarah Good, a homeless woman; Sarah Osborne, a woman who had married. When placed on trial, both Sarahs maintained their innocence. Tituba, however, claimed that there were other witches in Salem. This admission started a wave of hysteria that engulfed Salem. Behind this paranoia were Elizabeth and Abigail. The hysteria was being controlled by two young girls. Examination of Tituba. Judge, did you ever see the devil? The devil came to me and bid me serve him. Judge, who have you seen? Tituba. 4 women sometimes hurt the children. Judge, who were they? Tituba. Goody Osborne and Sarah Good, and I do not know who the others were. Sarah Good and Osborne would have me hurt the children, but I would not. Judge, when did you see them? Tituba. Last night in Boston. Judge, what did they say to you? Tituba. They say hurt the children. Judge, and did you hurt them? Tituba. No. There is 4 women and 1 man. They hurt the children, and they lay all upon me, and they tell me if I will not hurt the children, they will hurt me. Judge, but did you not hurt them? Tituba. Yes, but I will not hurt them no more. Judge, are you not sorry you did hurt them? Tituba. Yes. Judge, and why then did you hurt them? Tituba. They say hurt the children, or we will do worse to you. Judge, what have you seen? Tituba. A man come to me and say, serve me. Judge, what service? Tituba. Hurt the children. And last night there was an appearance that said, kill the children. And if I would go on hurting the children, they would do worse to me. Judge, what is this appearance you see? Tituba. Sometimes it's like a hog, and sometimes it's like a great dog. Judge, what did it say to you? Tituba. The black dog said, serve me. But I said, I am afraid. He said, if I did not, he would do worse to me. Many of those accused were prominent members of the Salem community. Many of these characters are seen in the play The Crucible. Traits of a witch: singing, reading, not conforming to Puritan law, not getting along with your neighbor, spending time alone, writing. Do you have any of these traits? The accusation process. The afflicted person makes a complaint to the magistrate about a suspected witch. The complaint sometimes is made through a third person. The magistrate issues a warrant for the arrest of the accused person. The accused person is taken into custody and examined by 2 or more magistrates. If, after listening to testimony, the magistrate believes that the accused person is probably guilty, the accused is sent to jail for possible re-examination and to await trial. The case is presented to the grand jury. Depositions relating to the guilt or innocence of the accused are entered into evidence. If the accused is indicted by the grand jury, he or she is tried before the court of oyer and terminer. A jury instructed by the court decides the defendant's guilt. The term oyer and terminer is derived from the Anglo-French, with oyer meaning to hear and terminer meaning to determine. The convicted defendant receives his or her sentence from the court. In each case at Salem, the convicted defendant was sentenced to be hanged on a specific date. The sheriff and his deputies carry out the sentence of death on the specified date. If you are accused, flee Salem. If you are accused, accuse someone else. If you are accused, plead innocent and await trial. If you are accused, refuse to stand trial and await the consequences. There is a witch among us. There is a witch among us. One of you is a There is a witch among us. You know what a modern witch does? Has anyone around you displayed these characteristics? Have you? A modern witch can't sit still, likes to sing, makes animal noises, and imitates other witches. So who is the witch? Under each desk is a card. Do not remove them from the desk. Do not show anyone your card. Some cards have instructions, some do not. If your card does not have instructions, imitate a classmate. Write down on a half sheet who you think the witch is. Your top 5. If you are accused, confess even though you're innocent. After you're told to stop, we will see who the top 5 choices of witches are. Have your teacher tally up the responses up front, then come back to see the data. Data of Salem. The Salem Witch Trials, a series of hearings and prosecutions of people accused of witchcraft in colonial Massachusetts, took place between February 1692 and May 1693. During this period, more than 200 people were accused of practicing witchcraft, a crime punishable by death. Of these, 30 were found guilty, and 19 individuals, 14 women and 5 men, were executed by hanging. Additionally, one man Giles Corey, was pressed to death for refusing to enter a plea, and at least 5 others died in jail. The trials were characterized by a combination of religious fervor, social tensions, and legal anomalies, and they were fueled by the superstition and fear. The events of Salem have since become a symbol of dangers of mass hysteria and breakdown of due process. In the years following the trials, the community began to acknowledge the grave injustices that had taken place, especially leading to the restitution for the victims of families and other apologies. I hope both you and your students enjoyed today. Please subscribe below to see other awesome, amazing history guru videos. The content that goes with this can be found on my Teachers Pay Teachers, my Classful, and my Teach Share websites, and soon historyguru.org.